Great, that's good. That's good to hear. Great. I hardly ever hear that when I ask him, so I appreciate it. Uh, we got a pretty good night tonight. He ain't even paying attention. There he is. We got a pretty good night tonight. Yeah, he's ignoring me. Uh, good buddy, brother. Uh, so I'll just keep calling him brother, but of mine, Jebediah Hinklesmith. I'm just kidding. Stephen Walton is speaking tonight. I'll explain the Jebediah Hinklesmith later on. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I love the man. Worked with him. Done crazy stuff with him. I'm glad to see he's clean, sober, got a good family, great kids, great wife. You know, future ahead of him, and I'm proud of him. So I'm glad he's giving his testimony tonight. So let's see. I got this thing in my pocket. That's right. I forgot. All right, so I'm going to thank some people for this lovely food we ate. Kenny and Debbie Eisenhower. Are they still here? Marcy. She's at the beach, but we love you, Marcy, and we're not jealous. Vanessa. Anna. Tenova Newport Dietary Department. that come out of nowhere. And Mr. Sean. And how do we get that food, Daniel Messer? Amen, brother. I'm just going to stop asking him why or how or what. He wants to get up here on stage with me, but I'm afraid to let him, to be honest. But anyways, Justin Alvarez, how do we get that food? Speak up. Go ahead and stand up. All right, sit back down. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We get it from donations. There's a donation box there in the back where he pointed out. Because I figured you could tell everybody, but I was wrong. I'm just kidding. I love you, buddy. But we get donations from the donation box. Anything helps. That's how we stay going here at Celebrate Recovery, with the food, with the chips, with everything. So if you can donate, we greatly appreciate it. All right. Happy to see you girls here. So proud of you. So these girls are from the Women's Second Chance program, and they were in the jail portion, and they got released, and now they're staying connected. Come to Celebrate Recovery Church, and that's how I stay clean and sober. So y'all keep it up. I love you. I'm proud of you. All right, so Mr. Sickly. It don't matter. I'm just kidding. I'm glad you're back, buddy. I'm glad you're feeling better, because I had to do everything last week. I don't even know that dude. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, everybody. John Goodman. Oh, yeah, Josh.
What's up, dude? Yeah, next time just grab one of them dudes. Make them do it. Tell them it's a ride-up if not. Yeah, I was sick. Apparently that's been going around here quite a bit. Feel way better. Huh? Boy, don't curse me like that. I was just sick for a few days. I don't think it was COVID. It's been a stressful week. We've been a little short at the house. We've had quite a few people leave. Got quite a few new people. So that's always fun. Love breaking in new people. It's fun. It's really not breaking them in. It's just getting them out of. It's breaking old habits, and it's hard when everybody first comes in because man, our mindset's the first thing we got to change, and it's hard to change that. People think it's really simple to change that. It's not hard to change. It's not simple to change your mindset. You know, it takes time. But so this whole week, it's actually our week of the verse at the house too. It's Galatians 6:9. So do not forget well doing, for in due season you shall reap if you faint not. The hard part is not to faint, you know. And even if you do faint, the good part is he's still gonna reach his hand in there and grab you. That's the good part. The best thing is when you do faint, as long as you reach back up, man, he will still pick you up every single time. So again, it's going. I'm glad. I'm telling you, I'm so thankful that we finally got back to CR. Them couple weeks so without it, I was like, it's cool to have a little bit of a break. I was like, we don't have to drive as much. That's what's up, you know. But then I was like, man, I'm so thankful to be back. So with that being said, we should have quite a bit of people getting chips. I mean, I know we did last week. Probably, maybe, yes, no, maybe not. Oh, there wasn't nobody here. That's what everybody was sick. Cool, bet. Oh, I don't think that matters to him. So, all right, let's see. Who's here for their first time? Oh, come over here and get a chip, yo. Come on. Don't be shy. I ain't got it. She does. What's up, bro? How you doing? I see quite a bit of new people. That's what's up. Quite a bit. Alan, you want one of these? Come on, Alan. I know I got another one. No, he's shy. It's cool. She's got it. All right. Who's got 30 days? 30 days? Go once? No. 60 days? No. 90 days? Yay. You slow, Bo. That was so slow. All right. 4 months? 4 months? No. I thought we were going to have a bunch of these, y'all. Hopefully we got big numbers. 5 months? 6 months? Hey! Oh, we got another one. Seven months? 7 months? Yeah. All right, bet. I get to get this one. 7, not 8. Thank you. So I got 7 months. This one's for mainly alcohol and witchcraft. I mean, most everybody's heard my testimony. Like I was super involved in that. And I'm telling you, when you give it up and God changes it, man, he changes it. But I'm going to throw this one out here. So last month, I didn't get it just because I try not to dwell on that. So last month is 4 years off heroin. Like, yeah, that was a hard one. That's when I decided to try to get clean the first time. And man, my mom was super happy about it because I died 3 times in a week. So, man, it was a whole thing. But, dude, I was thought about the other day. I was sitting there thinking about, and I was like, man, it's been 4 years, dude. It's been 4 years. Thank God for that. All right. So, got 8 months. 8 months. 9 months. 10 months. 11 months. Yeah. I don't think that baby's 11 months old, bro. You don't have kids, do you? Oh. How did you not know that wasn't an 11-month-old baby? Oh, okay, okay. 12 months? A year? Year? You might got a year? Uh-oh. Congratulations. Yeah, you want the mic?
Yeah, sure. So, Celebrate Recovery is not all about drugs and alcohol. For me, July 28th, I walked into Volunteer Fitness Center and asked God to help me get healthy, lose weight, and get control of my life. So that's why I'm getting 1 year chip. Lost 120 pounds, and I'm still going. Thank you, God.
I found that 120. Who's got 18 months? Hey, another baby. 2 years? It's coming. You probably ain't far, are you? You didn't get that one, the 18, not too long ago, did you? Or a few months ago, didn't you? Oh. October? Who's got 3 years? Other than Booby in October. 4? Anybody got multiples? No? All right, bet. Everybody get up here for a picture. Try not to scare Joey. Please. Just stay on the step. Let's do that. Stay on the step. No. We'll get it.
Awesome. I'm proud of every one of you. I love seeing people get chips, especially babies. You start out clean so you don't have to get clean. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyways, let's give everybody another round of applause for them chips. All right. So let me explain the Jebediah Hinklesmith thing to you. So when you're in, yeah, well, I know a lot of us do. When you're in addiction and you're, maybe selling things you shouldn't be selling or doing things you shouldn't be doing, and you have Facebook and you don't want nobody to know who you are, you come up with some crazy fake name and make a profile under Jebediah Hinklesmith. And it stuck with him. I think that's what Mikey has him in his phone. It's Jeb. Still. John. Well, this ain't about me. This is about Jeb. But he's come far from that. He's come very far from that. He's got married, has a family. He's been. How much clean time you got, buddy? 4 days. It'll be 21 months. Uh, I was the best man at his wedding. I just remembered that. I still have the little flower in my glove box. I keep it in my glove box. Uh, I love this man. Love his family, his kids. They're wild, especially if they don't take their medicine. uh, but I love them. We had a pretty rough weekend last weekend, didn't we? Can I tell them what happened? Is it okay, Mikey? All right. So me and Mikey's been working at Jeb and Brittany's house, and we've been cutting down trees for them and all this stuff, and just clearing up because they got a new place. So we're cutting down trees, clearing out for them, and all this stuff. So we cut down a bunch of them. A big old Bradford pear. We cut it down. Then we went to these little poplars and started cutting them down. And we left the biggest one for last because it was about, here's the house, there's the tree at the end of the steps. And all the branches were on this side. So all the weight is on this side. And all we have is a chainsaw and some ropes. That's what we thought. I mean, it was all we needed. No, so we start cutting down this tree, and we got it all tied off around the side. Every one of us, whole families out there, like, pull up, you know. We think, yeah, this is going great, and then it started not going so great. It's just the tree started going back towards the house, and then we was stuck, just like, what do we do now? We didn't know what to do. It got hectic. Brittany started dry heaving. But by the grace of God, Mikey saved the house. We ended up getting up on the roof. He got in my truck, actually, to go get a chain from his aunt's house, and he looked up at it, and it was like, oh. He was like, wait, I got an idea. So we got up there, just barely cut it, let it fall. We let it fall on the roof, but we done it very easily, and nothing got damaged. Everything went great by the grace of God. Don't worry, Kenny. I forgot you were here. I'm supposed to go work at Kenny's Saturday and be doing the same thing. Brandon will be there. It'll be fun. Yeah. Man, I forgot he was here. But anyways, it was a pretty crazy weekend, but everything came through because God was looking out for us. Amen. All right, well, with that, go get mic'd up, buddy. I forgot. Forgot you're doing your testimony. So without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to Jebediah Hinklesmith. Just keep clapping till he comes up here. Keep clapping. Keep clapping. See if it works.
Does it work?
Yep.
Hello.
There we go. I love you, buddy.
I love you too. Yeah, should have been. Well, most of you know me. I'm Stephen Walton, 44 from Newport. Just to touch base about what Joey said with this Jebediah thing. Yeah, it was my alias and everything on Facebook. It also got me 20 years on paper and 4 years in jail. So, right. So, I was raised here pretty much by my mom. Let's say I was a mama's boy. I miss my mom. Yesterday made 7 years that she was gone. And still not easy. It's hard. I love her and I miss her. I wish she could actually be here in person seeing me now with my family. She told me for years before she passed away, when you're going to straighten your life up, settle down, get you a woman, have a family. Well, I was too hard-headed. thought drugs was the way. But like I said, I lost everything I have more than once. It's terrible going to jail for, let's just say, I say this a lot. Some people can go to jail for 2 or 3 months, 6 months. No, every time I get caught, I go 2 or 3 years. 22 months straight, time before last, 14 months this time. Spent a lot of jail time, especially the last 6 years. I've been in and out of trouble since 2012. I never had a ticket or anything really until 2012. And I got caught manufacturing methamphetamines. So, started right off the bat there. Got out on paper, did everything good. For me, I was telling myself I was okay. I could do it on my own. I can't. It was impossible. I might stay out of jail for 2 or 3 months, but like I said, I had to go back 6 months to a year, if not longer, every time. Well, got arrested November 5th, 2022. I don't know if you guys can relate, but you ever had that feeling to where you want to go to jail before you die, you don't come back? Well, that day I was ready to go to jail. I had enough. Like you said, I probably overdosed 2 or 3 times in a week, then having to call my girlfriend at the time from the hospital. Hey, I overdosed. I don't know how she did it. She stuck with me through that. I went to JCAP January the 1st or 2nd, I think, 2023. Within the second or third day, I was like, all right, I like this, It's all about, like you said, retraining your mind, getting the street off of your mentality, It's hard. It's not easy. You're correct. But I did it. Some of the people that were in the class with me will tell you. I was the first one in my books, the first one in the Bible study, the first one to volunteer to teach a class, give my input. That first month was really what changed my life, because I started my relationship with God. I grew up knowing who He was, May or may not have thought I was saved, like they say at church. If you don't feel it or your life don't change, well, I don't think you ever was. I can officially say I am now. But the structure, JCAP, my supporting wife, my boys, and seeing people like Joey, Jesse, Donnie, some of the guys I've known forever that did some crazy stuff together, see how it works with them. Even Boopy, for example. He's pretty much like my uncle through marriage, because my stepdad was with my mom for probably 10, 12 years. And Boopy, along with Miss Barbara, has known me since I was probably this tall, maybe. So I never was a bad kid. I went to school, made good grades, played basketball, started working as soon as I could to help my mom pay the bills. And it's like, I think Jesse said this before. When you sit there and you're telling everybody, hey, I got this, I'm okay, you don't really have this. None of us would be here today without God. My relationship with God is probably, it's strong. I talk to Him every day, not just prayers. Like me and Kenny was talking earlier, I talk to Him. Not first thing in the morning or at nighttime, all day I'm talking to Him. That's one of the main things that's kept me sober this long. And not want to go back and relapse. And I don't want to put my family back through it. My wife's told me probably a million times, you're not doing this to yourself. You're doing it to everybody around you that loves you. I see that. Even through all the trouble, the lies, everything I've done, she's always been in my corner. And my number one supporter. And I tell her thanks a lot, but I can never tell her thanks enough, because if it wasn't for her pushing me, telling me hey, you're too good for this life. You're too good for that dope, the drugs, the friends you're running around with. She said, you're better than that. You can be more than just this word I hate, but a junkie / dope dealer. That most of us can relate. That was me at one time. If it wasn't pills, it was meth, heroin, whatever I could get my hands on. But now she's asked me this a couple of times, and she gets a little offended sometimes because I'll make her think about it. She said, would you do it all over again? If it got me here and what I got now, yeah, I'll do it again, because I know where I'm going to end up at. Like Joey said, as far as I've come, I went from hustling, slinging whatever, stealing whatever, to I got a driver's license. I got 2 vehicles. That's ours. I actually have a home now that's my home, not some that I rent or some trap house I used to stay at just to get by through the night. I got a home to go to. I got a job. I hated that job when I first started. Everybody can tell you that. Everybody that works there can tell you that hated it, didn't want to do it. But one thing Jesse kept telling me, the people at work, just give it a try. I worked fast food the majority of my life. I was a store manager for McDonald's, Taco Bell, regional manager. This is pretty much like the first factory job I ever had. Hated it. Horrible. But I hung in there for 9 months, and they had this job come opening that I've done before. Inventory, control, stuff with numbers and counting inventory. And then they put it on the board. I bid on it. I got it. I kept saying, no, I'm not going to get it because there's people who've been here 10, 15 years that's going to get it. Well, evidently, seniority didn't really matter, and it's what you know. So I went in there. Since then, I've gotten 3 raises, and I've only been there 16 months, something like that. Training to be a purchaser / buyer / whatever they want me to do is pretty much what I do. Yeah, it's forklift, loading trucks, unloading trucks. That's me. So I graduated JCAP January the 2nd. Well, since I got it, let's start back. Since I got into the JCAP, not only that I think my relationship with God is good, my wife is excellent. She talks to God probably more than I do. And we stayed connected with Faith, Hope, and Love Church. Me and my boys and my wife got baptized at the same time. We're now a member of the church. We help with the nursery whenever they need us to at the church. I stay connected with Jesse and JCAP because one thing that Pastor John said a couple of sermons ago, He's got guardrails, whether it's the people, the places, or the things that he puts up. I can relate to that a lot because my guardrails is I go to church, CR, home, that's it. Because I know I can't go anywhere else because I still know people that live around me. A lot of so-called friends that really don't care how long I've been clean that'll throw it right back in your face, you know. I can say hi and go on, but I know that's my limit to a lot of them. What's even better is Joey and Jesse, Bonnie, Mikey, Boopy, John, Norton, you know, Alvarez. I've got to know Ricky. I didn't know Ricky until we got in the program. Ricky's a good dude. He gives me all kinds of crap about being an office guy, but I love him. Pretty much touch base with what God's done for not only me, my family, my friends. I mean, half of us work together. One of us we have a blast. Sometimes it's bad. Sometimes it's really good. And sometimes it's really, really hot, like today. But what God's done for me in general. My wife stuck with me. My boys and Bernice kind of forgive me for about what I did, you know, when I was telling myself I was clean when they could actually call me out on it. You know, it sucks having your 15-year-old and your 14-year-old telling you you're high. You know, Mama, he's high. And I'm sitting there saying, no, I'm not. It's hard. You know, looking back, I was like, we see some of these people that I still know on the street or whatever that's still not got their life right. But I'm like, I don't look at them bad, but I'm like, hey, that was me 21 months ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Just trying to tell everybody I'm okay, even though I wouldn't. God, JCAP, and the church. I've been to churches like all my life growing up. My mom, my grandparents always said, hey, you got to live right. You got to know God or you're going to pretty much burn in hell with everybody else. You know, that's pretty much how my papa used to tell me. But I never knew him, you know. I never knew him. Like you said earlier, if you, whatever it is, whether it's the weight loss, getting your life back in order, the heroin, mine was whatever I could get my hands on, you know. You give it to God and fully commit, he's going to get you out of it. He will get you out of it. And it might take you a time or two to get it right. And I used to frown upon that because, and looking back, it's like, hey, this guy's fell off 2 or 3 times, but it took me 20 years to get mine right. I mean, seriously. Saying I was clean, substituting, went to a rehab, halfway house in Maryville. I wasn't in it for myself. I just said, hey, fake it till you make it, like everybody says. Well, that don't work either. That's how I caught my second indictment, you know. But God's blessed me, and at times I think He's blessed me more than I deserve. Like I said, my family, my father-in-law, it's like it motivates him to show up at church on Sunday. Used to, you couldn't, he would talk about God, but did he ever come to church? No. Since we got our graduation certificates in JCAP, I think he's only missed one Sunday, other than when he had to go to Louisiana for his memo, or his mother. He's still here, you know. He talks about coming to church on Fridays and Saturdays. I'll be there Sunday. I'm coming, you know. And seeing how my wife, the boys, and her dad and their grandpa are now, 5, 6 years ago, it wasn't like that. That's God again, you know. I thank him all the time. You know, I can't be. I know if I don't continue putting him first, I won't make it. Just like that song said, I can't do it on my own. Tried it. We've all tried it. Don't work. Even if you think it's going to work for a day or two, 5 or 6 months, eventually you're going to fall. But who's going to be there again? God. So I got my license. I got vehicle, registered, insured. Not stolen. Not some hoopty that I rented off of somebody, if you guys know what I mean. I got a house, you know, and that's thanks to my mother-in-law and father-in-law, because they seen my wife do good, me trying to change at the time. And then whenever I got out of the program, it was like, to me, I take it as, hey, you're doing what's right, I'm going to help you. And for him to say, people make mistakes or slip up, that's not Verland either. He's always like, well, you're just a dopey or you're never going to change. Well, no. He's here in this church on Sundays. He's talking to everybody that's in JCAP, that's been it. You guys have probably seen him at church. I mean, that's God too, you know. I think what pushed him in that direction was losing his wife, their grandmother, her mom, my mother-in-law. She was my mom, pretty much after mine was gone. She would even tell me, I'm not your blood mama, but I want you to do good. You're going to have to leave that stuff alone. Same exact words my mom told me before she passed away. And when that happened, you could see the change in him. You could see the change in us even more. You know, because I can relate. I don't know if any of you guys have ever lost your mother or your father. When I lost my mom, I lost my dad, my mom, my best friend, the only one I had that was in my corner to support me the whole time. And until I met Brittany, 7 years, probably 10 years, that I just kept trying to push, I'm okay, Mom, I'm okay. Still hard. I know she sees me now, but for her to meet my boys, Brittany, her mom, dad, just seeing the group of people that we have here that's been down that road, got their life straight. I would love to see a smile on her face. And actually say, hey, I'm proud of you. I'm not going to see that, hear that right now. Another reason why I'm not steering away from God, because I know she's in heaven. That's where I'm going to see her, my dad, and my stepdad. Not to get all touchy, but this is another Kenny. We were talking outside, about my dad. Some of you guys might know him. Wasn't the greatest man when I was growing up. Had an alcohol problem. Wouldn't keep a job. Come home drunk 2 or 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And, well, you guys can guess. He would treat my mom like she was a punching bag. Hit me, hit my sister, all that. So once they did get a divorce, He was divorced 12, 13 years. In that process, he kept trying to, well, I still love you, you're my son. I couldn't let him, I held resentment. The whole time I was growing up, pretty much the majority of my life, up until 3 years ago, about 4 years ago. He kept saying, well, I wanna get to meet you and your family and everything else, and I'm sorry about what happened. I was still hard-headed, didn't want to do it. Where my wife comes in again, she's like, got to give him a chance. He tries over and over to talk to you, but you won't talk to him. I finally did. And it's like, I could say I never wanted to be like him growing up. I always said, I'm never going to be like that. I'm never going to be like that. His was alcohol, then mine got the drugs. I still think I became a worse person at one time than he ever was. Gave him a chance to come back in. Probably the last, 6 to 8 months before he passed away, most I ever knew my dad or talked to him. I'm 44. He died when I was 41. 6 months before that, good relationship. And once again, he didn't see me where I am now. Fully clean, no lying to myself or anybody else, no substituting drugs, no running around with my so-called friends. I got brothers, I got family now, Some of these guys is closer to me, and I'm closer to them than my own blood. That sucks too. That's bad. Because, for example, like my sister, never was the one to dibble, dabble, get drunk, do anything. I got in trouble the first time, and it's like, phew. Now I'm clean, sober, really doing it. I'm trying to help other people. Feel like I'm that same person. That's another thing about this church. When we walked in the doors, they love you. They're not looking at you and say, oh, he used to sell drugs or he stole this. Or they welcome you like a family. And I love his church. That's about it.